Hey guys, girls, welcome back to Poormans Bushcraft. Today I wanted to talk to you, or should I say tonight, whenever you're watching the video. Actually, I want to talk to you about saving space inside your pack. I am currently carrying the Multicam Molly 2 Rook, and we will do a video on that later for more in-depth about why I like this pack. But the big thing today is to talk about saving space inside your packs. I've seen a lot of videos where people really cram all their gear inside their pack, and the outside of their pack is nice and clean and pristine, and you can't see anything. And hey, that's great. I admire that. My problem with it, though, is that when there's things that I need and I can't get to them, without taking off my pack and opening up the top and digging through it and reaching down and finding out which little bag it was in or which little box it was in. And if you know your packs well enough, you know where it's at, but still stopping to dig. Some of the things I came up with was going ahead and purchasing one of these. This is the Rothco version. Condor makes a version. There's probably 511. You know, everybody that makes something tactical has a version of everybody else's stuff. With this, one thing I would suggest, if you're doing it with the nest cup or a nesting cup, is find a little bag. What I got here is a little bag. It's made out of the same material that sheets are made out of. You know, just a cotton, whatever. And it allows me to pull my nesting cup and my water bottle out of the bag without any problems. A lot of you guys that have these and know when you stick this nesting cup, whether it be, you know, the $30, $40 one or this $5 one from Walmart, these folding handles on the way up, they grab the inside lip of this zipper. And over time I have heard that this nylon liner inside these rip out. Not something I want to happen right away. So just using a cloth bag that fits your nesting cup and your watering bottle, or your cook set that fits down in your H2O pouch, it's just a good idea to have them in a cloth bag. And actually loading is still, you know, there's still a little bit getting it down in there, but you're loading it all in one shot and unloading it all in one shot, and it'll prolong the liner inside your carrier. Also carrying my fire kit out here so it's easily easily accessed, as well as my silverware, spoon, knife, whatever. If you got a spork, that's cool too. Something else I was thinking about as I was doing this pack was the ease of getting to my cordage in a short time without having to dig for it and unwind it and untangle it. So basically what I did was I took my hanks of paracord, and depending on what lengths you pre-cut them at, if you do pre-cut them, but there's two hanks or two lengths of paracord here, and basically all I did was folded them over till I thought, you know, that's a reasonable size, and then tied them in this daisy chain. I'm sure there's videos on how to do this. I might do one later. But it's just carabined on both ends with, you know, some inexpensive carabiners. And it allows me to drape it over the frame of my pack and lock it into some molly strapping or actual pack strap that is not being used. And it keeps it out of my way, but it keeps it in my way so that I can get to it. If you get what I'm saying, it keeps it in my way. But it's easy access. It's right there. Using the webbing for the sustainment pouches which I do not carry them. I didn't find them with this pack, but if you own the Cold Steel Trailhawk, those sustainment pouch webbing are the perfect size for the handle for the Trailhawk. Another idea that came to me was I got a bunch of military surplus stuff through a great deal. I bought a whole trunk of stuff for a little next to nothing of what it would cost me in a surplus store. And there were a lot of these grenade pouches, the singles and the doubles. And needing a way to attach my multi-tool to my pack so that it was not a tool that I would forget in a bug out situation or a get home situation. Taking my Gerber tool, I don't remember what this one is. I picked it up at a yard sale several years back. If one of you guys out there knows which model this is and want to comment, that'd be great. But using the grenade pouch, if you put this in here, it falls through. These grenade pouches are not sewn shut in the bottom. But using the original case for the Gerber, take the flap and folded it clear over the back, just like so. And yeah, these have a belt loop, and you can put them on there somewhere with some kind of something or another, but this was just the easiest way I found to do this. Folding the lid to the original Gerber case all the way over on its back, it fits down in this grenade pouch. And at a certain point, with that pouch and the tool being in there, it's too wide to come out of the bottom of this, so it still allows me access to the multi-tool, which sits back in its original thing. And then I've got this flap that snaps shut over the top. Also in this double one, in its original case, is just a monocular. I prefer a monocular over binocs, but that's just me. Moving around to the other side. Let's see if you can actually see that. Okay, so right here. Here is another one of those grenade pouches, and this is the single one. I also found that if you own a Mora, if you mount this on your pack in a certain place and still have maybe a couple of rows of MOLLE strap on the bottom, that it will allow you to mount your whole Mora case inside this and then hit one loop below that, and it secures the Mora case to your pack, but allows you to get to your Mora without pulling the whole case out. And if you need it, you can force it the whole case out of there. But just for the long-term storage and carrying this, the access is there. I would have a normal blade clipped on my pocket for that type of use, but if I needed the Mora, it's there. Just reusing old saw pouches, ammo pouches, dump pouches, whatever you can. This one here was Coyote. It got painted with a little spray paint here and there, so it's kind of ugly, but it basically holds, like a small first aid kit that I need to get to for, bumps and scrapes and that type of thing. Some repair stuff for the pack, like buckles, extra buckles and stuff. Emergency blankets, just some stuff that if I felt that I needed to get to it right away, I'd be able to get to it. There's a sewing kit. So it's kind of like, do I need to get to this stuff all the time? No. But by storing it out here on the outside, it's out of the way, so every time that I go to get in my pack, I'm not dealing with moving it out of the way and repacking it. It's here, it's easy to get to, but it's out of the way at the same time. Let's see, what else did I do? On your shoulder straps, just adding some kind of a carabiner up there to put small light things like this SOG whistle and fire starter. It weighs nothing. It's a redundancy to my fire kit. I have one on this side as well, just the carabiner. But just by putting things on the outside that gets them easier to get to, it keeps them out of the way on the inside, where the stuff like clothing, sleeping bag, all that stuff that you want to keep dry, keep in the pack, you ain't got to pull everything else out of the pack to get to it because it's already out, but it's still there. One other thing I did to modify this pack, just while we're on this, and I'll probably talk about more when I review this pack, was the Molly 2 comes with 2 straps on either side. And depending on how you pack your gear, this lid wants to pucker. So I just added an extra strap to the center, and it goes down there and does its job. Now by taking all this stuff out of here, it also gave me more room inside the pack, so this pack is definitely not packed to the gills. I have my sleep in the bottom, clothes in the top, and I think that's about it. I'm also carrying bungee cords on the outside that have carabiners on them, so that if need be, I can hang this pack up somewhere to get it out of the way, so as it's not sitting on the ground. But just a few ideas for you, and I hope they help. Definitely take advantage of military surplus stuff, whether you're carrying a civilian pack, a 511, a military pack, any kind of pack with MOLLE attachments. Take advantage of those MOLLE straps and put some stuff on the outside of your pack so that it's easy to get to and it's out of the way for the stuff that's on the inside that you're going to need to get to later. And I hope those ideas help, and we will see you guys on the next vid. Please subscribe, and if you are subscribed, hey, put the word out, send your friends over, tell them they need to watch a video, or at least come over and subscribe and help me get the channel built up. And there is a Facebook page, and I will try to leave the link to that down in the description so that you can come on over and like that, and we'll open some discussions up and get things rolling. Alright, thanks guys, girls, for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next vid.